Hi, my name is Chani Okonov, and I'm the Educational Director of Mazel Day School, a community Jewish day school in South Brooklyn, and I want to share with you a whole new vision for educating young children. So I want you to take a minute and think about what school was like for you when you were young. Now, you'll probably remember how your teacher stood at the front of the classroom, in front of that blackboard, was doing lots of writing, lots of talking, and you doing a lot of sitting and listening and listening. And the focus of that classroom was very much about grades, whatever that number or letter was. Very often there was a lot of drill memorization. That was really the old school way of teaching. And the kind of term that educators will use to describe that type of a classroom is one where the teacher is the sage on the stage, where he or she is the master of all knowledge and really is controlling the direction of learning. When we built Mazel Day School, we looked around at the top performing schools and the countries around the world where you really see, the highest level of education. And we really saw what would be the best model for our children. And we chose a model where the teacher is, rather than the sage on the stage, she or he is the guide on the side. So this is a much more progressive model for learning. What happens in a classroom like this is that the children become the focal point for the curriculum, and their voices, their ideas, their interests become what drives the classroom and the process of learning. See, that's what's really important, the process rather than the product of learning. As opposed to focusing on memorization, let's think about knowledge and what are you going to do with the knowledge that you have? What can you build with it? How can you take it further? Each individual child is their own world. They have their own ideas. And how can they take their lens, their perspective, and take the learning further? So in our classrooms, you'll find children learning, whether in a group, there'll be a lot of discussion, interaction, listening to each other, or they may be learning in smaller groups, one-on-one with a teacher, or with each other, or sometimes even doing some independent work where each child is learning at their level, at their pace, with their interests, and their learning is very engaging and interactive, and the teacher is moving through the classroom very much as a guide. And if you think about 21st century life, this is really what it's like. At a click of a button, you can get everything. There's no one person who's the master of all knowledge. The world is the vast library of all knowledge, and each individual person figures out how to navigate that and how to take that information and synthesize it, how to really develop that critical thinking skills and create something new, innovation, collaboration, networking. These are the skills that are important in the 21st century workplace, and this is what we are building in our young children. As a very wise sage from Jewish history said, King Solomon, educate a child according to his way, and he will not depart it. So when we create a school where the learning is individualized and the children's voices become the center of it, we create a system that will stay with them for life.